The Stephen A. Smith Podcast, brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. Earn 4% cash back on dining and entertainment, 2% at grocery stores, and 1% on all other purchases. Hey, what's in your wallet? 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. You are listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. This news about the Knicks and their situation is not the only thing going on. There are other things to take into consideration. The Philadelphia 76ers are in the news because Jimmy Butler, who I told you, I reported a couple of weeks ago, he had been talking to James Harden and expressing a strong interest in coming to Houston, and James Harden expressed a strong interest in wanting Jimmy Butler there. I have been on the record saying I think this would be disastrous. I don't believe that Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, and James Harden could coexist with Mike D'Antoni as the coach. I think the three of them can coexist without Mike D'Antoni as the coach. But with Mike D'Antoni as the coach, I only think two of them would work together. The three of them, no way. Not with those personalities. I don't think Mike D'Antoni can handle it. I really, really, really believe that. I think that is entirely too much to expect. And I think that it's a disaster waiting to happen. That's my personal belief. I ain't backing up for that by one second. Okay? So I think it's important to point that out. I think it's important to recognize that. All right? So that's point number one. Point number two. Still not stopping Jimmy Butler from expressing his interest. And if you look at Jimmy Butler, here's the reality of the situation, ladies and gentlemen. The Philadelphia 76ers have his bird, because Jimmy Butler has his bird rights. And the Philadelphia 76ers can offer him a 5-year deal for $189.7 million. The most anyone else can offer him is $140.6. Now understand something here. The 76ers could offer him 5 years. The Houston Rockets or anybody else could offer him 4 years. Even if the Houston Rockets, according to the collective bargaining rules, were to work out a sign and trade deal for Jimmy Butler with the Philadelphia 76ers, the most the Rockets are allowed to offer Jimmy Butler is the 4 years at $140. That's the most they're allowed to offer him. The 4 years at $140. Okay? They can't offer him more than that. They cannot do that. So because they can't do that, all right, all you could get is 4 years, $140. Jimmy Butler, if he's willing to go to Houston, is willing to lose $50 million to be back in his hometown of Houston, or he grew up near there, okay? As opposed to the 5 years, $189.7 million. Now, this could all be leverage. This could all be Jimmy Butler trying to ensure he gets 5 years from Philadelphia for the 189 instead of 4. Or it could be him saying, if the 76ers are only willing to give me just 4, why not be in Houston instead of Philadelphia? Here's my position if I'm the 76ers. You can't go to Houston without our help because Houston don't have any cap space. So here's our contract. We want to keep you here. This town loves you. We love you. If you don't want to be here, then leave on your own and get the money from elsewhere and go someplace else you don't really want to go to. Because it ain't going to be Houston. Because Houston would need our help in order to work out a deal for Jimmy Butler, and we ain't doing it. Or if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, you could say a Clint Capela and Eric Gordon is worth Jimmy Butler. It's all up for grabs right now. If I'm Philadelphia, I keep Jimmy Butler because it's not just about his game, his personality, who he is, his willingness to hold everybody accountable, not bite his tongue, the work ethic he puts in, etc. Jimmy Butler is made for Philadelphia. That city, its culture, he is made for Philadelphia. Made for it. Houston, it's a different ball game. I got news for you. I think Jimmy Butler and the 76ers have a better chance of going to the finals than Jimmy Butler and the Houston Rockets. I really believe that. I don't think Houston, even with Jimmy Butler, James Harden, and Chris Paul, beat LeBron and AD. I don't think Houston with those three, you could definitively say would beat the Clippers if Kawhi Leonard was there. I don't believe that. I really don't. And because that's my reality, I think the Houston Rockets are making a colossal mistake. And I think Daryl Morey really needs to think about this. He's going to swing for the fences. That's what Daryl Morey does. But if championships are a home run, Daryl Morey's been striking out. Because there's no home run to speak of. Now, that's not entirely his fault. I mean, again, Chris Paul goes down. Game 5 last year, Western Conference Finals. 2 of the last 5 years, I believe Daryl Morey and the Rockets have been in the conference finals. I'm not trying to tell you that Daryl Morey isn't a damn good executive and, by the way, a damn good man. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying is I think betting his stock on D'Antoni, to me, if you're after a championship, D'Antoni ain't the way to go. Because he only coaches on one side of the ball. Now, if you're talking about winning games, being interesting, if you're talking about all of those different things, if that's what you're talking about, my attitude is this. D'Antoni's your guy. You want to win games? Get to the postseason? I'm all in on D'Antoni. You trying to win a championship? I ain't sold. I'm just not sold. That is not how I feel about Mike D'Antoni. I can't put it any simpler than that. Just can't do it. But that's me. By the way, Al Horford is expected to be pursued by the Dallas Mavericks, and ultimately people are assuming that's where he's going to sign, probably 4 years, $100 million. He's looking for more than 110. I don't know if he's going to get that, but the likelihood is that he may end up in Dallas. Kemba Walker's going to end up in Boston. KD and Kyrie going to end up in Brooklyn. The Knicks are going to end up with close to nothing, if not nothing literally. And the Clippers, we don't know what Kawhi is going to do in terms of Toronto or the Clippers. And I personally believe, as an aside, that D'Angelo Russell to the Lakers would not be a bad deal for them at all. I think D'Angelo Russell back in the Lakers uniform, although he's still prone to stupidity from time to time, trying to put some weed in a liquid bottle when the airport, the first thing that they're going to tell you to get rid of or they're going to check is a liquid bottle. Bottom line is, he left L.A. after, diming out Swaggy P with Iggy Azalea. I just look at it and I'm like, yo, all of that's the past. Pursuing the championship with LeBron and AD as your teammates, I think D'Angelo Russell would be just fine. If you can't get a Kemba Walker or a Kyrie Irving, I don't mind going in that route if I'm the Los Angeles Lakers. That's basically everything going on right now. And we'll see what happens as this weekend closes in on us. Let's go to Michael. You're live with Stephen A. What's up? Michael.
Hey, my brother. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm all right. Speak up. Go ahead.
Listen, man, the Knicks are making a great choice by just, sitting packed and letting everything rock. Because I'll tell you, the Knicks got some talent that people don't know about, Steve. I mean,
like
you
what?
Probably know about him.
Like what?
Like Dennis Smith Jr., he hasn't really gotten a chance to play. Last year, it was supposed to be his coming out party after the injury. And what happens is Luka Doncic comes and takes his spot, which is valid. All-star type of player, 6'9" point guard, of course. But listen, Steven, got to give these Knicks a chance. I think they're going to put a product out there that is going to make the playoffs. And I know that that's not good. I've been watching the Knicks with my
really?
father.
Did you just say that the New York Knicks are going to make the postseason? Is that what you just said?
Stephen A., listen, I make a deal with you. They make the playoffs, you give me a job. I don't want nothing for free. I'm telling you they're going to make the playoffs. I have a great eye for talent, Stephen A.
I don't have a job. I don't have a job to give you. I'm not an NBA team. But I'll tell you this one. I'll put your name in the hat for a damn job on a basketball team if the Knicks make the playoffs, because that's assuming something big if they don't get KD and Kyrie. That's assuming something real big. That's really stepping out on a limb there. I'm telling you that right now.
Really important. I don't understand why people keep talking about Kyrie and they do not talk about D'Angelo Russell. He's better than him, head and shoulders.
Hold it. You just said D'Angelo Russell's better than Kyrie Irving?
81 games he plays, Stephen A.
Hold on, wait. Look, my man, this is when people get a dial tone. I'm warning you before I do it. When I ask you a question, answer my question first. You just said D'Angelo Russell's better than Kyrie Irving?
Head and shoulders.
Have a nice day, man. You can call back. You can call back another day. I'll put you on. I ain't gonna ban you from the show, but I'm gonna ban you from today's show. Call back later. D'Angelo Russell's better than Kyrie Irving. That's what this man just said publicly. D'Angelo Russell is better than Kyrie Irving. Okay. All right. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. By the way, when you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes, do you? You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post the job in minutes, set up screening questions based on your job requirements, then